Hello and welcome to our Wednesday Wisdom interview with independent beauty consultant Ann Davis. Ann, thank you so much for joining us today. We are so excited to have you. Have you had a good day so far?
So far.
Good.
No, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day.
Definitely. Well, if you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started.
Cool.
So what inspired you to join Mary Kay?
I came into Mary Kay for a couple of reasons. I had just gone through a divorce, so I was not. I didn't have a lot of extra money to spend, and spending money on myself was not something that I did very often. I had 2 children and was a big saver, and and even investing in skincare for myself was like not, just not going to come freely. But I liked the products. When my very best friend decided to go into Mary Kay and then become a director, I realized that I could help her and help myself. And to be quite honest, I was at that point in my life where I was ready to begin a new chapter. I don't know if others would ever be able to identify with this, but you get to a point where if you keep doing the same things, expecting a different outcome, and when you've been through a divorce process, you're kind of like, okay, I don't want to make the same mistake again, because you come away feeling like, oh, that was really bad, right? So I really was looking to grow myself. And so coming into Mary Kay, looking at all the Mary Kay women and looking at how together they were, how confident they were, and how they were really, they had a peace about themselves that allowed them to enjoy life more fully. And so I had 2 teenagers that were, well, one was, yeah, I guess they were both teenagers at that point. They were watching me. And so I realized that that this could be a road to grow on. I would help my friend out. I think I was number 28, and that was back when it took 30 active consultants to become a director. And so that I could help my friend. I might possibly learn a few things about myself and my capabilities, and I would get my discount on my product. So it was a win-win-win all the way around. So that was in 2003.
Oh, wow. Wow. So in 2003, when you were just starting, what were your goals and how have they changed compared to today?
Well, I think that I have become a much bigger thinker. And so my goals are always expanding because I'm opening up to new opportunities. Whether that be the type of car I drive, the places I go, the things I afford myself now because I'm worth investing in, and not just skincare, but other things as well. And so I think it's just a matter of um, they're not just Mary Kay goals, but just being able to increase my exposure to other people, increase my, what is it, circle of influence is what we call it. So, and that has good things. When you are a positive person and you feel like you have gifts, to be able to grow your circle of influence is definitely, it's kind of like your reason for being.
Definitely. And it sounds like, Mary Kay has made a big impact on your life. What would you say some of the other benefits of running your own Mary Kay business are?
Um, I think running your own business, I think it makes you more aware of just about everything in our life. Everything, anytime someone is giving you information, what is that information? Like um, everything from TV commercials. I don't know how all the other beauty consultants feel, but don't you feel like everybody's selling skincare nowadays? So,
Yeah,
and right, and that, and why someone would say something, and in many cases it may be to influence the way that listener is going to think. So just becoming more aware. I think also that just looking at what Mary Kay has given us in terms of, proper marketing, proper relationships between buyer and seller, how to treat people, the handwritten letter, which was something my father always did. And I was just like, oh my gosh, how can you handwrite all of those Christmas cards and thank you letters? But he did it. And now I know how important that was. Because everybody else is like blast texting and Facebooking and, all of those other types, which are all valid in many ways to stay connected, but they don't share the heart like a handwritten letter does. Anyway, enough of that soapbox. But so those kinds of things, the relationships, just the business savvy part of it, how to work from a business plan. That's so critical. And that's true when, if I, used to buy, I can't even remember how much my first car was. It was a Chevrolet Chevette, and, chances are it wasn't even $10,000 back in the day. And so now we're looking at vehicles that are upwards of $40,000. And so it's not a matter of, oh, I don't deserve that. Or, oh, it's like, okay, so if that's important to me, then what is it going to take to get there? And so, so that then can become your goal, and how do you work backward from that? So literally you could use that in just about every application in life for, setting a goal, making a business plan or a life plan, so that you get what you're going for. Maybe you'll fall short of it, but you're still much further ahead than you were. And then
Absolutely.
what happens if you surpass it, So I think that is a very, very strong, those are all strong Mary Kay lessons.
So all of this being said, what would you say Mary Kay means to you as a whole?
I think Mary Kay has been a very strong community, not only for learning the business, but understanding how business people can actually work together. Because it's, like Mary Kay said, it's a people business. It's not just about making money. And I can't tell you how many times I've been interviewed by other multi-level marketing companies. They recognize that Mary Kay is a very, like, people in Mary Kay are really good prospects. But so I like to listen to their business plan, because I know Mary Kay's business plan, and I can assume that everybody else is like that. But all it takes is allowing yourself to be interviewed by a multi-level marketing person, and you'll realize right away, to them it's all about me. And they love leaning on those business statistics. And it's like, you just don't get it. You don't get it. There's no way that, and I don't understand why someone hasn't tried to recreate what Mary Kay has. But I'm grateful that we're still very, very strong at 55 years, and that I have friends in Mary Kay that I will have for life, because we may not live near each other, but we may get together from time to time. But we definitely see each other at seminar. We've seen each other at leadership conference. We've seen each other at career conference. And but also the numbers of people that I've met by setting my business plan, right? So if I want to be in if I want to shoot for National Court of Sales, then I know what my wholesale is going to be. And that means I've got to get out there and introduce myself to strangers. And so, you could be making 100 new friends a year, at least, just by working a business plan. And that's increasing your circle of influence.
Absolutely. Definitely. That is so increasing your circle of influence. Um, Now, clearly you have experience with the business. Do you have any advice for new consultants who are just starting out?
Something my recruiter said when she became a director was, listen to your director, listen to your director, and listen to your director. chances are she's going to ask you to do something that you may not feel very comfortable with. A lot of new consultants are not comfortable going beyond their circle of friends and their family. But you will not become rich on your friends and family. Okay, so you do need to meet those customers. You do need to meet those new people who don't know what Mary Kay is about, or maybe it's been a long time since they've had tried Mary Kay on. We've got new products coming out all the time, all the time. And so learning how to meet people, learning how to demonstrate the product. I think the whole idea behind the starter kit, having just the right kinds of products to use on your customers or on your potential customers is just, it's mind-blowing, because it's such a strategic starting point to be able to. And in terms of growing an inventory, how important it is to understand that you will sell what you show. Okay, and this is true for a couple of other things too. I have hosted parties for like a clothing line, and for you know, I don't know, maybe some kind of cooking things. And honestly, it's when you sit with someone and they show you what it does. You put the clothing on and you see how it feels and how it looks in real life next to another piece or what have you. And with Mary Kay, it's how it feels on your skin, what it does for you immediately, what the studies say it's going to do long term, and that someone is spending time with you telling you how to do it, what to expect from it, and you know, how does it smell, how is it disappearing into your skin, all those things that a book cannot do, right? So
Absolutely.
just being willing to go out and demonstrate the product, and you've got a starter kit to support you with, and then hopefully you are beginning your inventory with the products that match the products in your starter kit. And that probably leads us to the next question.
It does. So I was actually kind of curious if you had any inventory management strategies in place for your business.
I do. I do. First of all, I love Unitwise. I think that the tools that you have, knowing that I can place an order, and here's what I don't like doing. My time is very, very tight. Um, and I do not have time to place multiple orders in 1 week, 1 month. I do one order per month. I set my goal for that order to at least $600 because
Okay.
that's wholesale. And that's because I'm going to get biz builders, so I'm going to get a discount on my next order, okay? And I'm going to qualify, if I do that monthly, I'm going to at least be tracking a Sapphire Star, okay? Now, and I think as a beginning consultant, that's a very safe place to start. Now, if you've got a large circle of friends who can help kick off your business, I say reach higher. Reach for the highest amount that you can foresee with the help of your director, because you've not done this before, so your vision is very, very limited. You're blindfolded, but your director has done this over and over and over again, and she knows what to put on your shelf. She knows what you should get so that you can get the most free from it, and you have a business plan in place to get it all paid off so that there's never any interest accrued. Mary Kay made this business so that women would make money, and to do anything other than that. So getting back to my personal thing, if I placed an order for 600 wholesale, then I had to make sure that I had enough appointments to sell $1,200 by when that bill was due. And I used the Mary Kay, the Chase Visa that Mary Kay, the lipstick's all over. It's a great card to start with. And So that has been my business plan. No matter what the amount has been that I've had to order, I had to make sure that that bill got paid on time because I didn't want to have to pay any interest. What's the point of that? Our whole thing is about making money. Bottom line.
Absolutely.
It's not about trying to get rid of it because it's about to expire because you haven't been working your business, but you've been ordering like a fool, right? So, so that would be those are the things. So when I get my order in, the box, I can either scan it with the Mary Kay tools, or I can take my my invoice sheet and go to Unitwise, and it will capture my order and plug it right into my inventory system on Unitwise. I love that. And then I get the little labels that have my name and my contact information, and I label all the products because even as a Mary Kay user, when you run out, and you don't have time to find the person's number. So you go to that label, and that way you can get easy reorders because it's right on the tube. I've had people take pictures of the product and send it to me. I need this, 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 and it comes across on my text. And I love that I can keep track of all of my customers, and Unitwise keeps track of all the contact information, but it also will keep track of what they ordered in the past. So if somebody says, I need more concealer, I can go back and see what she's ordered and know exactly what the shade was. You know, she doesn't have to worry if she threw away the tube or is it somewhere that she can look for it. It's all in my database. I love that I can charge their credit cards through Unitwise. Love that. And I also love that if this, I started my business in Virginia, so I still have a lot of clients in Virginia. I have them all over the United States, and that's the wonderful thing about Mary Kay not being restricted with territories. But it's so very nice that with Unitwise, I can weigh the product in the package and make a shipping label prepaid through Unitwise and just I take mine to the post office and drop it off because it's going to be about 102 degrees outside today, and I don't think that's very kind to Mary Kay products. So I don't want it sitting in a mailbox somewhere. I want to take it right to the refrigerated building.
Absolutely.
But it's nice knowing that I don't have to stand in line and wait to get my postage paid for. It's already done through the Unitwise system. And so all I need to do is make sure I have shipping tape and packages to stick it in. So that's what I was doing this morning. So yesterday I packaged up and I kind of delivered on the way to the post office, but then I dropped off several packages, and it was over $600 in sales, retail sales, for that load. And then this morning, I was a little late getting into the shower because I had about five other orders. I had a list of them over there that I was trying to get filled. And that's what happens when, like right now in my life, I'm doing other things. I'm also working as a nurse, and I'm going to school online. So I just happen to have a few days off. But I am still working my Mary Kay business, but I'm not out beating the bushes or looking for new people. These are all just reorders. And this is what happens. This is what you can lean back on when you've spent your first years in Mary Kay growing customers and creating those relationships so that they know that if they order something from you, you're going to fill them in a timely fashion because you have inventory on your shelf, and they're not going to have to wait for their product. Because honestly, the way my mind works, if I don't fill it right away, I might forget about it too, even with inventory on my shelf. But at least it's not like, oh, I got to wait till I get to order it, and then I got to wait for it to come in, and then I got to go through all of that again. And
Absolutely.
So it does make a difference with our customers that to develop that trust so that they're not wandering to somebody else's party or wandering to Ulta or to other stores and places. And you know, they know the difference. I've had customers that will say that have said to me, "Yeah, I kind of jumped track and went off and used this other brand, and it's really just not. It's not Mary Kay." And they're grateful that I'm still in business and that they're willing to, will you take me back? They say, will you take me back and fill my order? I'm like, no problem. Life happens. We do get sidetracked, but so anyway, those are my inventory tips, and I just I will say that Mary Kay has a fine tool for new consultants, but I started using the Unitwise tools way before that came out, and I just really love doing what I do with Unitwise, and you all have been just amazing. I also love the marketing part too. It used well, so I do buy limited edition products from time to time. I'll get very excited about something. I always have, shows for the holidays, and so things that are limited edition, I have no problem stocking up on some, especially if I like them and I believe that they will sell, and I'm going to have them in my show. So they may not be in the lookbook, they may not be on my personal website with Mary Kay, and quite honestly, if that's all I had going for me, they wouldn't sell. I would have to chuck them out at the end of 3 years because they would be technically expired. And but I know if I can show them either by picture or in person and see, I can take pictures of them and put them on my Unitwise marketing, the part of that, and send it out and say, here's what I've got for you. Here's my price, and throw it out there. And so that's how I can still maintain sales of limited edition products that are no longer being advertised by the company. Makes sense?
Absolutely, and I think that's a great use of the marketing tools.
Yeah.
That's an excellent use of that. And I just want to thank you again so much for joining us today. You have shared some awesome, especially the inventory management strategies and the labels on the tubes and everything. I think that everyone watching is really going to benefit from your experience. And we just want to thank you for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you, Christina. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. And for everyone watching us, thank you all for joining us today as well. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of the upcoming learning opportunities that we have to offer. Thank you.
Bye.